The Detroit Lions, not in a great spot injury-wise. It feels like it's been a bad luck year for the Lions. Lost Sam Laporta for the season. They were hoping to get Frank Ragnow back, but he couldn't pass his physical because he's dealing with a grade 3 hamstring strain. And the secondary's been banged up for the better part of the year. Terrion Arnold done for the season. You have Kirby Joseph dealing with a knee injury. They're all pro safety. And now here's Amon-Ra St. Brown, the all-pro wide receiver who has an ankle injury. And based on hearing it from him and all the reporting around it, I'd be surprised if St. Brown plays Thursday night against the Dallas Cowboys, where the Detroit Lions right now are a 3-point favorite. But I'm starting to see 3 minus 105. So the threes are juiced towards Dallas. I don't think we're ever going to get to 2.5, but that's the direction that we're trending here, PJ, for Thursday night football here in a couple of nights.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be on the Lions, to be honest with you, Femi, in this game. I'm hoping we get
going
to
against
2.5.
America's team.
Going against America's team. Now, you highlighted all the injuries that Detroit is dealing with. What I can't get over, though, is that we're pricing this game the same as what we priced Packers and Lions, where the Lions closed a 3-point favorite over Dallas. Now, again, Amon-Ra might not play, and we thought he was going to play in the Green Bay game. He got hurt early on. You mentioned the O-line injuries, some of the guys on defense. Bunch of injuries. But I just like the two things I keep coming back to are we're pricing the game the same as the Packer game. And Femi, like, this is a playoff game, man. I mean, you know it. Like, I think we all realize it. I mean, right now at BetMGM, both of these teams are plus money to make the playoffs. Dallas is like closer to 3-1. The Lions are plus 115. Detroit loses this game, they're in some serious trouble. Dallas loses this game, even though they got a favorable final 4 games, it's going to be tough for them to catch all those teams in the NFC wildcard picture, especially when they've lost to Chicago, they've lost to Detroit, they've tied Green Bay, they've lost a lot of these tiebreakers. So both of these teams need this game. And Femi, I mean, I'm sorry to do this to you, my guy, but you've been watching the Cowboys. I mean, we know what happened the last 20, 25 years. When it's a big game, when it's a playoff-like game, I'm good not putting my money on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm good doing that. So you're giving me a 3. Let's hope it gets to 2.5. That's honestly how I view the game. It's a buy low, sell high. People are down right now in the Lions. They easily could be on a 3-game losing streak. Dallas looks like one of the hottest teams in football. I mean, they are playing really well. The defense keeps getting better. Dak's playing at a high level. Pickens has been unbelievable for them. Dallas got a ton of confidence right now, and because everybody saw the Lions lose on Thanksgiving and they saw Dallas beat KC, and now we're coming into this game and these teams are playing each other, of course people are going to like Dallas in the game. So I think it's a nice buy low on Detroit, and just because it's like a playoff-type game, Femi, I'm sorry, man. I got to fade your Cowboys in this spot. I'm sorry.
God, PJ calling the Dallas Cowboys chokers. He's not wrong. The Dallas Cowboys being chokers. They haven't won a meaningful game in a very, very long time, especially in the month of January. But we're not in January yet, PJ.
True.
And I do think there's just something that this team, like, I don't know what it is. And I mean, it's easy to point to, like, the unfortunate tragedy that happened over the bye week where they lost their teammate Marshawn Nealon to that. Like you could point to a bunch of different things. But clearly this team is galvanized, and this team has rallied around each other to where they're going for it. And they played such great football over these last few weeks. And yeah, like, the Eagles are slipping. The Chiefs are slipping. So, like those wins, if you want to poke holes at them, you can. But still, those are the 2 Super Bowl participants from last year. And the Cowboys beat them. They came back against Philadelphia, and you can argue that they controlled the game against Kansas City. I think it keeps rolling for another week at least, PJ. Now, I'll say this because I said this on the show yesterday. I agree with you from a market standpoint and from like a betting, like the value. Like, now is not the time to be betting Cowboys +3. I think if you're bullish on Dallas, now's the time to go big game hunting with the Dallas Cowboys. To bet them to win the NFC East. To bet them to win the NFC. Or Dak Prescott to win the MVP. I think if you're bullish on the Cowboys, That's how I would bet this game because, like, just from like a week-to-week standpoint, yeah, it's pretty baked in that the Cowboys are playing much better and the Lions have fallen off a little bit. Because as you mentioned, this is the same exact point spread as we saw between Detroit and Green Bay. And yeah, Amon-Ra gets hurt, but still, like Dallas and Green Bay, there's a gap there. Even though Dallas is playing better, Green Bay is the better team on a neutral. They would be favored today on a neutral against the Dallas Cowboys. So you're not getting a ton of value there. But I think that's where you just apply that thought process of, oh, Dallas is really hot. I want to bet them to win the division at plus 650. That's what I would do. And I have some Cowboys long shots of, I have Dak Prescott at a price that is no longer available to win MVP, just in hopes of this team goes on this run and maybe things break their way. Perhaps Dak can actually get home. But I don't think it's ever +3. I think it's either Lions or it's Cowboys big game hunting at a massive, massive price. Because if they get by this game, PJ, the rest of that schedule, it's Vikings, it's Chargers, it's Commanders, and then it's the Giants. Why can't they run the table if they win on Thursday night? I think it's very, very likely that they could run the table more than a puncher's chance. So I think Thursday is the big pivot point in what happens with the Dallas Cowboys. Either they lose and they're out or they win, and baby, we're cooking with gas.
Femi, can I ask you 2 questions, and can you give me a yes or no for each question?
Mm-hmm.
Are the Detroit Lions making the playoffs?
No.
Are the Dallas Cowboys making the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
That's where
go
I'm
back.
at, PJ.
I go back and forth on the Lions, man. I really, I saw them at plus 115 to make it to the playoffs, and they play the Bears the last game of the season. They've obviously beaten Chicago, so they could get that tiebreaker. They have the Rams after this, after the Cowboys game, so they're going to be underdogs in that game. And I mean, truly, like every big game, it feels like Detroit has played this season, they've lost. I mean, they lost to the Chiefs, they lost to the Eagles, they just lost to the Packers. This is another big game, so we'll see what happens again. I don't know. Like, the Bears-Packers game is so fascinating this week. If Chicago loses that game, though, certainly if they lose both games to the Packers, then who makes the playoffs between the Lions and the Bears could come down to that Week 18 game.
Oh, my goodness. Week 18 in Chicago, Sunday night.
Oh, my
Baby
God.
hands Jared Goff in the cold.